Dating isn't fair. It's not a highlight reel where everyone gets their dream. Some women leave good men thinking they can do better, only to realize the market is empty, or worse, full of men who want something from them, not for them. Others stay too long in broken relationships, sabotage their own happiness, and only see the truth when it's gone. And for those praying for a good man, reality hits hard. Blessings don't wait for indecision, and loyalty doesn't chase chaos. Today, we're breaking down the regrets, the lessons, and the brutal truths about losing a good man, and why some things, once gone, can never be replaced.
How hard is it in the dating world now?
Oh my god!
What is it like out there for
Do
for
we
a
have
single
a shot
woman?
of tequila? No. No,
I
I'm
haven't been
serious.
single for 5 years, so
Huh?
I don't know what this world is like out there. But I know, but from what I see and from what I hear, it is tough.
It is very tough, and it is exhausting. Like,
It's exhausting.
I want to throw the towel in. Someone had told me, and I wanted to be like, no, I disagree with you, and I don't want to believe it. My last relationship, when dating was, when I was, dating this person, it was beautiful. It was amazing. It was wonderful. There was courting that was, involved. And I was saying how I feel like that's no longer, present, meaning like people just don't court each other anymore. And this person was like, well, that's old news. Like people just don't.
Always the same story. Someone walks away from a long-term marriage, tells the world their old life was beautiful, amazing, wonderful, and then suddenly discovers the dating market isn't a spa day. Now it's hard, exhausting, and they're ready to throw in the towel. Well, of course it's exhausting. You left a finished home to go camping in the wilderness, and now you're surprised there are wolves. That isn't tragedy. That's the natural consequence of believing feelings are a strategy. And the excuse that courting isn't practiced anymore? No. Courting is alive and well. Men still court. They court women they trust, respect, and see a future with. What they don't court is someone who already traded stability for vibes and now wants chivalry to show up like Amazon Prime. You can't exit the game at your peak, re-enter years later, and expect the same demand. The market didn't change, your position in it did. And now reality feels unfair, not because dating is broken, but because the fantasy finally hit its expiration date. This isn't punishment. It's the simple math of choices catching up with the story you told yourself.
I think I have just lost the one person that I prayed for. All because of my self-sabotaging tendencies. God forbid I actually accept good things that are happening to me because I'm so used to it being a mess. I'm so used to it being toxic. And here I am in the face of a non-toxic situation, in the face of a God-fearing man, in the face of a family man, an amazing person. And I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And I think I've just lost. I think I just lost the opportunity to experience something I've never experienced before.
Classic modern confession. I just lost the man I prayed for because of self-sabotage. And suddenly it's, God forbid I accept the good things happening to me. No, God didn't forbid anything. You did. Your wounds did. Your chaos did. The shadow you've been nurturing like a pet did. You built an identity around being broken, and when a whole man walked in, your spirit flinched like light was the enemy. You weren't sabotaging a relationship. You were protecting the familiar. You weren't rejecting him. You were obeying the gravitational pull of your own dysfunction. People forget, the soul doesn't reach for what's good. It reaches for what it knows. And you know the dark. You know instability. You worship at the altar of emotional turbulence. Peace feels like an insult. Stability feels like a trap. A family man feels like a mirror, and you couldn't stand the reflection. So you ran. You clawed at the blessing until it bled. You turned a gift into a ghost and called it fate. And now you talk about losing something amazing, as if amazing things vanish on their own. They don't. They leave when the environment tells them they're unsafe. To be honest, you didn't lose a good man. You exposed the parts of yourself that can't survive in the presence of one. A heart can pray for heaven every night, but if it still kneels to its demons in the morning, every blessing becomes a casualty.
On the day my divorce was final, I'll never forget what my ex said to me. He looked me right in the eyes and he said, "You're going to regret this. You're going to get 6 months down the road and you're going to regret divorcing me." And you know what? He's right. I did have regrets, but probably not the kind of regrets he thought I would. And while I don't think it's healthy to dwell on them, I do think it's healthy to recognize them and learn from them so that we don't repeat them. So with that being said, here's what my regrets actually looked like. I regret not listening to my intuition. I regret gaslighting myself. I regret not giving myself enough credit. I regret doing what I thought was best for everybody else but me. I regret not making my happiness and well-being more of a priority. And lastly, I regret not being strong enough to leave sooner. And though making the decision to get divorced was the hardest decision I've ever had to make, and it took me a long time to get there, I've never once regretted it.
This is the modern divorce mantra. My ex told me I'd regret this, and he was right, but not in the way he thought. Translation: I blew up my marriage, discovered consequences, and now I'm rewriting history with poetic victimhood. All these regrets sound deep, until you realize every single one of them points in one direction. Me, me, me. I regret not listening to my intuition. I regret gaslighting myself. I regret not putting myself first. Notice the pattern? Not once does she say, I regret breaking a man who loved me. I regret destroying a family. Or, I regret not honoring my commitments. No. Regret only counts when it revolves around her internal feelings. And the finale? I regret not being strong enough to leave sooner. That's the plot twist of the century. We've now reframed abandoning a marriage as an act of bravery, as if courage means avoiding hard work, not doing it. As if happiness is a scavenger hunt where you throw away what you built and hope the universe hands you something better. And the kicker? I've never once regretted it. Yet she just listed 6 paragraphs of regret. This is what happens when someone tries to win a breakup with emotional gymnastics. The truth is simple. You don't rewrite the past unless the future didn't turn out the way you imagined. This isn't empowerment. It's the anthem of someone who thought the grass would be greener, only to realize she was the one bringing the drought.
After you actually lose a good man, let me tell you the aftermath before you choose to lose this good man. You will try to find a man equivalent to the man you're with. And you will think that you could find better. But when you actually put yourself out there, you'll realize that there is no man left right now. And every man will try to use you for a certain thing. And you will look for that man that you left in other men. You will regret that man to the core because you'll realize that there is no good people out there and nobody loved you as much as that man loved you. And after that, you will try to go back to that good man, only to realize that that good man doesn't want you. And he actually found a good girl. If you have someone good in your life, cherish them. Don't think you could replace them.
Now this is one of the rare moments a woman tells the truth without sugar, spin, or spiritual glitter. She's naming a reality most people learn too late. Losing a good man isn't a chapter, it's an earthquake. She's describing the aftermath with no filters, no excuses, no villainizing the man who gave her everything. That alone deserves respect. Because she's right. Before leaving a good man, you always think there's a better version waiting around the corner. Modern culture tells you you're unlimited, irreplaceable, that options are abundant. But the dating market is brutally honest, and it exposes that fantasy within months. Suddenly, every man you meet wants something transactional, shallow, momentary. And the thing you walked away from, loyalty, consistency, devotion, becomes priceless in hindsight. Most people never admit that. They'll twist the story to protect their ego, but she's not doing that. She's telling women the raw truth. Once you lose a good man, the world looks different. The bar drops, the love disappears, and the realization hits. You weren't being oppressed, you were being cherished. And the most powerful part? She acknowledges that good men move on. They heal, they grow, and they find a woman who actually values what they offer. That's not bitterness, that's justice. That's reality honoring the man who showed up with a full heart. This is the truth more women need to hear. If you have a good man, cherish him. Not because you're afraid to lose him, but because good men are worth honoring. And once they're gone for good. Thanks for watching. If you found this eye-opening, hit like and subscribe for more real talk about relationships, dating, and the truths no one else will tell you.